These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Pimpy. There's a lot of positive things working in Iraq. We know these things. We know the early elections took place and the government is being formed. We know over the last year and a half, Al-Kazimi appears to be the real deal Holyfield. So he's been doing everything he could to get the corruption weaved out, the government doing what he could to develop the private sector so their budget isn't reliant on oil sales. They're finding new oil and oil fields. They're working on moving quickly through the WTO. They're doing what they can to remove themselves off the blacklist. We know our troops are getting ready to leave, restoring the sovereignty of Iraq. Our troops are getting ready to leave. Restoring the sovereignty of Iraq. We know that their debt is almost paid off with Kuwait for invading them. All these things are big steps necessary to get to the revaluation of the dinar. All right, Sandy Ingram article, quote, the Central Bank of Iraq governor meets with the head of Turkey's banking, licensing, and supervision authority, unquote. This is happening. The Central Bank of Iraq is setting up bank branches in Turkey. This was good news because it means investors possibly can visit a safe country in which to exchange Iraqi dinars and or open a banking account and set up possibly 4% interest rate. Bob the tax man says we're going to take an example. Let's say the announcement came from the CBI with an anticipated rate of 50 cents. So you take your 10 million IQD and you rush off to the bank and you exchange it for $5 million. Your IQD investment finally paid off. You go home petting your precious money, fantasizing over what you're going to spend it on, the lifestyle you'll have, dreaming of is within reach. The house, the car, the vacation, the toys, they all appear and your long dream of funds begin to disappear. Now all of the money is spent. Whatever you set in payments is still there draining your income, and income cannot continue to support the lifestyle your fantasies created. A letter from the IRS, you are now owing them 40% of your $5 million, which is approximately $2 million. And then the state comes knocking on your door saying, hey, you owe them also. The dreams of a lavish lifestyle suddenly turn into a financial horror story because you have the payments to the IRS and to the state, which are freaking impossible. The debts begin to take a toll on your life and your relationships are challenged, maybe even broken. Your financial security is completely destroyed and everything you thought the IQD investment would be is now a legacy of pain and guilt. Now, let's take another look at the same scenario, but with planning and preparation for the anticipated IQD revaluation. And that is to be continued. They said stay tuned. And Frank 26, Firefly, Boots on the Ground, Iraqi TV. Firefly, so we now see a special commercial. It's on TV. We're watching it right now. They're saying that the currency of Iraq is tomorrow's future. They say the special will run through the weekend. It's at 9 p.m. Iraqi time. It's a 1-hour show. Frank, in my opinion, that means you are just a matter of moments away before they show you what they're talking to you about. Firefly, this morning they said all was complete and expected Iraq to be fully compliant sometime in early 2022. Then he said the time is now until we guide Iraq to the stage of the international acceptance of our country's currency. All right, Frank 26, Firefly, Boots on the Ground. In my opinion, they have to show you what they're going to give you first and then give exchange rate either simultaneously or just shortly after they show you. They can't just give these new currency note in your hands because you guys will not fully understand. It must not fail with you. Once that step has been accomplished, they will show a new exchange rate. In my opinion, the new exchange rate will be more towards the end of the year, closer to the beginning of next year, or it will be given to you on the 1st. All right, Ray Wren 98 says U.S. bank source says they're expecting a notification on Sunday and a rounding up staff to report the exchange centers on Monday. They anticipate full exchange activity by Tuesday. Time will tell. All right, Mark Z via PDK. Question, what is the word on the Vietnamese dong? Answer, still expecting it to go into the $2 range. Frank 26, Firefly, Boots on the Ground update. This is weird. The CBI governor is on the television talking about some state-of-the-art technology. They're telling us that we have a one-of-a-kind prepaid card for all payments in a Visa card. First of a kind in the Middle East. This is a fully digital platform and is complete and wishes to have this on global front so all citizens can make payments internationally. This is getting very serious. All right, Pimpy says they need to continue to do what it takes to lower that percent of oil sales for their budget. A strong private sector means you have a strong economy. A strong economy leads to a strong dinar. I still think it's going to go up in increments until they develop enough of the private sector, less people relying on the gourmet. Stronger economy leads to a stronger dinar. Just hang tight. We're seeing them take all the right steps. They haven't taken this many positive steps in the right direction in a long time. So far, so good. All right, lastly, Mark Z via PDK. There was a tremendous amount of chatter out of Iraq this weekend, but there is no new rate out on the streets. There's tremendous amount of talk. The government is saying basically they will soon have a new value on the dinar and a new forex value. Major rate change is the terminology soon.